When people discuss the most important aspects of life, family is usually near the top. Another top talked about element is money. For some people, they get to enjoy the two combined when their family is very, very rich. So wealthy, in fact, that they actually have more cash than some nations' annual GDP. Today, we're going to see some of these select groups. We found some of the richest families in the world. We'll explore how they made their fortune, and by using the latest database by the International Monetary Fund, we'll see which nation's estimated gross domestic product value they beat. So, let's get started. We kick off with the family behind one of the biggest privately owned companies in the United States, the Koch family. Koch Industries was founded in 1940 by Fred Koch. Today, it's led by Charles Koch. The firm is a conglomerate that's involved in many trades, including energy, textiles, and technology. In 2019, the group brought in a revenue of $115 billion. The current top dog of the estimated net worth charts within the family is split between two people. Firstly, Charles, who has a net worth of $47.4 billion at the time of writing, due to his 42% stake in Koch Industries, while Julia Koch inherited her 42% stake after her husband David's passing in 2019. He was the brother of Charles. As a result, Julia too has an estimated net worth of $47.4 billion. Adding up all the Koch family members' net worths, it comes to $96.5 billion. One of the nations that the Koch family earns more than is Ethiopia. The African country, according to the IMF, has an estimated GDP for 2021 of around $94 billion. One of their main exports is coffee. According to the U.S. Foreign Agricultural Service, Ethiopia is projected to produce 441,000 metric tons of coffee. That's around the same as 16 Statue of Liberties. Due to Forbes' real-time billionaire list adding his family's riches all together, French national Bernard Arnault and his family are at the top of the list with an eye-watering net worth of $191.2 billion. The Arnault family nabbed the top spot thanks to the rise in fortunes of his company, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. Known as LVMH, the luxury goods company brought in a revenue of 53.6 billion euros, around $65 billion during 2019. Whilst in 2020, due in part to worldwide events, the revenue dropped to 44.65 billion euros, around $54.1 billion. On top of the brands mentioned in the company's name, LVMH also owns Christian Dior, Marc Jacobs, Givenchy, and many more. In January 2021, LVMH's deal to buy the jewelers Tiffany officially went through for $15.8 billion. Bernard's children are also involved with the family business. Delphine is the director and executive vice president of Louis Vuitton. His son Antoine is the CEO of Berluti and chairman of Loro Piana. His other kids also hold other similar roles within LVMH's various subsidiaries. With a net worth like that, one of the countries the Arnault clan beat is Iraq. The West Asian country had an estimated GDP for 2021 of $190.7 billion. During 2018, crude oil made up 94% of their exports, which totaled $82.1 billion. One of the biggest confectionery families in the world is the Mars family. On top of creating human food, the American family's company, Mars Incorporated, is also involved in the pet industry by providing services and food. During 2019, according to Forbes, the firm brought in $37 billion in revenue. The group makes a number of the best-selling sweet and candy brands in the world, including Skittles, M&M's, Wrigley's Gum, and many more. Generations of the Mars family have been involved with the company since its creation back in 1911. Collectively, the family has a net worth of $96.2 billion, according to Forbes, which is split between 6 people. The one that has the biggest size of the net worth is actually a tie between 2 Mars members. Both of them have $32.1 billion as they each own a third of the company. They are John and Jacqueline Mars. The remaining third of the company was split between the 4 daughters of Forrest Jr., brother of John and Jacqueline, who passed away in 2016. As such, the daughters each have $8 billion to their name. The country that the Mars family beats with their bank account is Sri Lanka. The South Asia nation has an estimated GDP of $84.5 billion for 2021. From tourism alone, the country made $4.4 billion during 2018. We now have the richest family in Spain, the Ortega family. Headed by Amancio Ortega, he and his wife at the time, Rosalia Mera, founded Zara back in 1975. During 1985, Ortega then created the parent company for Zara, Inditex. They now own a number of other fashion brands such as Pull and Bear. During 2020, the company achieved net sales of 20.4 billion euros, around $24.7 billion. Amancio Ortega is very secretive. According to reports, up until 1999, there was no published photograph of him. He's only provided interviews for a handful of journalists. Amancio currently owns around 59% of Inditex. As such, this has given him, at the time of writing, an estimated net worth of $87.6 billion. After the passing of Rosalia Mera, her and Amancio's daughter Sandra Ortega Mera inherited her fortune. Currently, Sandra has around a 4.5% stake in Inditex, according to Forbes. This has given her a net worth of $8.1 billion. As such, the Ortega family collectively has a net worth of $96.4 billion. This mound of cash means they have more than Luxembourg's GDP. The European country, according to the IMF, is estimated to bring in $84.1 billion during 2021, with one of their biggest money earners being the metal industry. During 2016, Luxembourg announced they would invest $225 million to research space mining. Now we have the dynasty that owns the most money, the Walton family. Their ancestor, Sam Walton, founded the massive supermarket chain Walmart back in 1962. Today, Walmart owns a number of subsidiaries all over the world, including Asda in the UK and Massmart in various African nations. For 2020, Walmart brought in a huge revenue of $559 billion, an increase on the previous year when they made $514.4 billion. The Waltons also own Arvest Bank and have their own nonprofit group, the Walton Family Foundation. Between them, the Waltons own around 50% of Walmart stock. Collectively, 7 members of the family have a net worth of $237.2 billion. The biggest net worth belongs to Alice Walton. The daughter of founder Sam, Alice focused more on art than working for the family business, and it seemingly paid off as she has a net worth of $66.7 billion. During 2016, Alice donated 3.7 million of her Walmart shares to the Walton Family Foundation. Those shares were worth $225 million at the time. With such a massive net worth, the Waltons have beaten Peru's GDP. According to the IMF, the South American nation is expected to bring in $225.9 billion this year. It's been reported that Peru currently has around $56 billion worth of mining investments from various sources and nations. Final fact finish. According to the IMF, the country with the highest GDP in the world is the United States with $22.68 trillion, while in second place is China with $16.42 trillion, whilst the lowest GDP belongs to the Polynesian nation of Tuvalu with $57 million. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.